My wife's affair with her boss almost wrecked me. The woman who saved me? His wife. I'm Lucas Warren. For 12 years, I thought my marriage to Marissa was solid. Maybe not movie magic, but stable. We met in college, bonded over eye rolls, at networking events, and built the suburban starter pack. Decent jobs, a 3-bedroom colonial, and a border collie named Jasper who adored us both. Then the seams started to pop. Marissa's office nights ran later and later, her wardrobe leveled. Up from Target Practical to boutique Don't Ask the Price. She mentioned her boss, Adrian Kessler, like he was a third partner in our marriage, and she became surgically attached to her phone. The woman who once left it charging on the kitchen counter now carried it everywhere and flipped it face down when it buzzed. One Thursday in October, I drove by Meridian Creative, her firm, to surprise her with takeout. The lot was a ghost town, 3 cars, one of them the security guards. No Marissa, no late-night team, just my stomach dropping through the floor. At 11:47 p.m., she came home smelling faintly of a cologne we didn't own. Fresh makeup, fresh hair, a cool kiss on the cheek. Adrian had us grinding on a proposal, she said, already halfway upstairs. Denial can be comfortable. It's also corrosive. 3 weeks later, fate did the dirty work for me. While Marissa showered, her phone lit up on the dresser. Can't wait to taste you again tomorrow. From Boardroom B, I tried her birthday, denied. Our anniversary, denied. On a gut hunch, I entered Jasper's birthday, unlocked. I scrolled through months of messages, hotels, room numbers, photos I can't unsee. And there it was, Boardroom B, Adrian Kessler. I screenshotted everything, receipts, texts, selfies, emailed the lot to myself, cleared recent apps, and set the phone back exactly where I'd found it. The next morning, evidence waited beside her coffee mug, like a place setting. Hotel bills, messages, photos, and Adrian's contact card. She went through the 5 stages of caught, denial, anger, at me for checking, bargaining, waterworks, then the line that ended us. Adrian makes me feel alive in ways you don't. I didn't yell. I didn't plead. I said, I want a divorce. You have a week to move out, and meant it. She packed by Saturday, suitcases, trash bags, and a sister with a minivan. The silence after the door shut was brutal and honest. No more wondering where she really was. No more excuses for neon sign behavior. Just me, Jasper, and a house that finally felt aired out. 2 months into my new monk routine, my phone rang. Lucas Warren? A woman asked, controlled but nervous. This is Claire Kessler, she said. Adrian's wife. We should meet. We sat in a downtown cafe that smelled like espresso and heartbreak. Claire put a manila folder on the table thick enough to stun an ox. I know about Marissa, she said, and about the others. Inside the folder, years of credit card statements, hotel receipts, photos, 3 prior affairs in crisp chronological order. My phone evidence looked like amateur hour. Why haven't you confronted him? I asked. What would be the point? She said. He'd deny it, promise to change, get careful for a while, then start again. Adrian is a narcissist. They don't stop. They pivot. Then she smiled, a practiced surgical smile. But he doesn't know I know about Marissa, and I have a plan. The plan was diabolical in its elegance. Claire would invite Adrian to a reconnection dinner at home Friday night. His favorites, wedding china, the works. She'd tell Marissa separately that Adrian had confessed the affair and wanted her to meet his wife before filing for divorce. He'll think he's repairing the marriage, Claire said. She'll think she's getting the promotion to public girlfriend. And me? I asked. You arrive at 8:30, she said. With your folder. We spent an hour staging the ambush. Kids at Grandma's, timing, signals, lines we wouldn't cross. Before we left, I asked, No going back after this. You sure? I'm done being the accommodating wife, she said. He's going to learn that choices have consequences, and your ex is going to learn she wasn't special. Interested? I thought about that cologne, the empty parking lot, and the photo Marissa took in our bedroom with the caption, "Thinking of you while my boring husband is at the office, I'm in." All week, Claire fed me updates. Adrian took the bait, even brought her flowers. Thursday, she called Marissa. She thanked me for being so understanding, Claire texted. I almost choked. Friday at 8 p.m., I parked around the corner from their picture-perfect Colonial, a folder of evidence on the passenger seat and my pulse in my throat. At 8:15, both here. He's toasting new beginnings. At 8:25, dessert going down, 5 minutes. At 8:30, now. I rang the bell. Through the dining room window, I saw the tableau, candles, china, Adrian in a tailored suit, Marissa in a dress I later learned he'd bought with marital money. Hands touching, laughter, blissful ignorance. Claire opened the door, bright as a hostess. "Lucas, perfect timing," loud enough for her guests to hear. Marissa's wine glass shattered on the floor. Adrian froze, glass midair like he'd been paused by a remote control. "Come in," Claire said serenely. "Let's all stop pretending." I set my folder on the table. "Fancy meeting you here, Marissa?" Words failed her. Claire pulled out 3 of her own folders and began dealing evidence like a blackjack dealer with nothing to lose. 3 years? She said to Adrian. Sarah from marketing, 8 months. Jennifer from art, 6. Rebecca from client relations, ongoing. And all while you were promising Marissa a future. Marissa's face drained. She looked at Adrian like she'd just discovered her winning lottery ticket was a coupon. "Not true," Adrian blurted, voice fraying. "Oh, there's email," Claire said pleasantly, lifting a printout. The wife still doesn't know. Marissa thinks I'll leave Claire. Rebecca thinks she's the only other one. It's like juggling, but with adultery. He'd sent it to a college buddy 2 weeks earlier. I flipped open my folder. "Let me help." Hotel. Receipts slid across the linen. Downtown Marriott, Hampton on 5th, that boutique on the west side, and the texts. I read them, each one a nail. "Can't wait to taste you again tomorrow." Lucas is visiting his sister so we can stay until Monday. Then I set down the worst. Marissa on our bed, lingerie I'd never seen, the caption I'll never forget. "Boring," I said evenly. "That's me, apparently." Adrian grabbed for outrage and came up with air. "This is entrap? This is consequences," Claire said, voice suddenly steel. Then she read a second email. "I'm not leaving Claire. The sex is great, but I'm not giving up half my assets for a side piece who thinks she's special." The phrase detonated. Marissa recoiled like she'd been slapped. "Side piece," she whispered, then louder. "That's what I am to you?" "Marissa," Adrian started. "Get away from me," she said, calm at first, then a scream that shook the walls. "Get away from me! You ruined my marriage for nothing." Adrian bolted, knocking his chair over. "I'm leaving." "If you walk out that door," Claire said, "the locks change by morning. Your clothes go on the lawn, and your boss gets a tidy package Monday." He looked at the evidence, at Claire, at me, at Marissa sobbing, and ran anyway. Tires squealed down the street. Cowards exit fast. The fallout was swift. By sunrise, Claire had new locks and Adrian's belongings neatly staged on the lawn. On Monday, she filed for divorce, with enough documentation to make her lawyer grin. Adrian resigned from Meridian Creative within 2 weeks. Everyone knew why. Marissa and I finalized our divorce 2 months later in a conference room that smelled like stale coffee. She apologized. Said she never meant for it to go so far. I believe she regretted the consequences. I didn't confuse that with remorse. "You took pictures in our bedroom for another man," I said. You called me boring while booking hotel rooms. You didn't cross a line. You erased it. She moved to Seattle soon after. Fresh city, fresh story. I wished her luck and meant it. Distance is a kindness. Claire and I stayed in touch. Not romantically, not then. There's a strange kinship between people who crawled out of the same burning house. She turned out to be the kind of mother who could handle a PTA meeting at 4 and a board deck at 6. I'm better at life, she said once, when I'm not inventorying my husband's lies. 3 years on, life is quiet and good. I'm with Sarah, a marketing exec who thinks honesty is the baseline, not a bonus feature. She knows the whole story. Her take. Anyone who trades a 12-year marriage for a midlife soap opera isn't your person. She's right. Claire's with a guy named David who shows up for her kids and treats fidelity like a non-negotiable. Adrian never recovered his shine. The industry has a long memory, and so do HR files. Dating isn't easy when serial cheater is the headline on your resume. Marissa learned what I eventually did. If someone will lie with you, they will lie to you. Jaspers. Still here, still certain I'm the greatest human alive. Dogs don't care about scandal. They care about dinner and tennis balls. Honestly, that's a pretty good philosophy. My wife's affair nearly destroyed me. In the end, the truth saved me. Sometimes you have to let the blast level the building so you can breathe clean air again. And sometimes the best revenge isn't a spectacle at all. It's simply living well while the people who burned you learn to sit in the smoke they made.